Hi, I'm Google.
Hi, I'm Wikipedia. Now, Google, why don't you love me anymore?
What do you mean, Wikipedia? Why would you say such a thing?
Well, you don't send me flowers anymore, but even worse, you don't even send me as much traffic as you used to. I feel like it's all about you now.
Wiki, my friend, it's not what you think. And my friend Eric Enge is going to tell you why.
Eric, most people who follow search are aware that for years now, Google has given huge preference to Wikipedia for a large number of knowledge-seeking queries. So what has called that into question recently?
Well, Mark, a report by SimilarWeb in July showed that Wikipedia had experienced a significant drop in organic search traffic sent by Google. That led some to speculate that Google might be reducing the ranking of Wikipedia for certain queries, perhaps to favor its own properties. In other words, Google might have wanted to put some of its own sources there as better answers to the query than Wikipedia's answers.
Okay, so does that charge have any merit?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because we did a study where we decided to find out.
And how did you propose to do that?
Well, fortunately, we had access to the massive query data Moz used for their 2015 ranking factor study, as well as snapshots of a huge amount of query data we took ourselves at 3 different points over the past year. We went back through that data to see how both Wikipedia and Google's properties ranked over time. And we found that in all those data sets, Wikipedia showed up in the top 10 results quite often. And a surprising finding was that Wikipedia was slightly more likely to show for commercial queries than for informational queries, not what everybody expected. Next, I charted the ranking positions of Wikipedia in each of the query sets. And here's where we see the reason for the loss of search traffic experienced by Wikipedia. Notice the gap between the percentage of Wikipedia results in the number 1 position in April 2015 and also in August of 2015. That confirms that Wikipedia dropped from its number 1 ranking in that time period in enough queries to make a noticeable difference in their traffic.
Okay, so we know that Wikipedia did lose some of its number 1 rankings. What about the charge that Google intentionally dropped those rankings in order to favor its own properties?
Well, let's go back to that chart showing Wikipedia in the top 10 Google search results. Notice that depending on the query set, that Wikipedia shows up between 52 to 62% of the time. Now in the second chart, we see how often Google properties show up in the top 10 of that same query set. The group at the far right represents any Google property. Notice that these fall between about 33 and 36%. Now, remembering that our percentages for Wikipedia were between 52 and 62 percent, you can see the difference. So in typical top 10 results on Google, Wikipedia shows up almost twice as often as Google properties.
Interesting. So summarize what you found and tell us where we can see that study for more details.
Sure thing, Mark. Here are the main takeaways. 1. Wikipedia did indeed slide a bit from the top rankings over the past several months. 2. Wikipedia still shows up significantly more than Google properties do in the search results. And 3. Surprisingly, Wikipedia shows up slightly more for commercial queries than they do for informational queries. Google is the opposite, by the way, showing up more for informational queries. You can see all the results and our full methodology at the URL on your screen.
Well, thanks again, Eric. And you folks be sure to join us every Monday for a new episode of Here's Why, where Eric and I explain the why behind the what of digital marketing.